Hello, beautiful people. I am Prairie Vintage Jewelry and I am back with another reading today. I'm so super excited to do your reading and I cannot wait to see the messages we see today. Today's reading will be about your person, the person you have on your mind and their feelings towards you and or this connection, as well as we'll be taking a deep dive into their intentions, and we'll also take a look at their actions. We'll be pulling some messages from your person, some advice cards, and then the Lenormand cards, which I'm very excited to pull today. So take a look at these three birds to choose from. So you might be drawn to a color, or you might just randomly pick a bird here that you're more drawn to, but you may be in the reading and hear that I'm referring to your person, which may sound a lot like your energy. And all this means is that your person and you may be mirroring each other, and your person may be experiencing the same energies as you, or potentially you've tapped into your own pile and your person's energy is within another pile. So just use your discernment. Sometimes piles are connected as well. So if you're drawn to more than one pile, then feel free to pick multiple piles here. But one of these piles will speak more to you than the others. You will be drawn more to one pile. Pile number one is the pink bird. Pile number two is the yellow bird with the pink belly. And then you got the purple bird here. So pick a bird, pause the video if you need to, and think of your person. And then, yeah, I'll join you in a bit. Thank you so much. Hello, gorgeous people of pile number one. I am Prairie Vintage Jewelry, and you have picked the pink bird here. So if you were drawn to the pink bird, then we will be using the tarot specifically for this reading. We will be taking a look at your person's energy towards you and this connection. We'll be taking a look at their intentions, and then we'll also be taking a look at their future actions. We will pull some message cards and some advice cards as well, and some Lenormand cards to get a little bit of a deeper insight here as to the situation of your connection. So we will ask Spirit to please provide a concise message for pile number one from their person. And pile number one, I ask you to think of your person, and thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy. I am so grateful. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I also wanted to thank those of you guys who have booked personal readings with me. I am so grateful. Thank you so much. If you are interested in booking a reading, my email address is below in the description box. Feel free to send me an email and I will give you my rates based on your type of reading. All right. So we've got the Sun. We've got the Five of Cups in reverse. We've got the High Priestess. We've got the Ace of Swords in reverse, and then we've got the Six of Cups. We've got Justice, and we've got Seven of Wands, and we've got the Page of Wands below the High Priestess. We've got the Three of Cups in reverse, and we've got the Two of Wands in reverse as well. This is the Grunge Tarot. In case you are wondering, I will post all of the tarot decks and cards used in this reading down below. All right, so just give me a minute to pick up the energy. All right, so I am picking up that your person does have clarity regarding the intensity of the connection, and any sort of downloads or information, intuition that's been coming to them on a deeper level, they are actually now able to have full understanding, which is making them feel like this Five of Cups in reverse, which is this heavy feeling of regret and guilt, possibly, for things that have happened in this connection. Now, I do see that the Ace of Swords is in reverse, which the Ace of Swords would speak of clarity and cutting through adversity, maybe harsh communications, maybe somebody, you know, said something that wasn't very nice to someone in this connection. And your person's feeling really, really bad about how they behaved. And they're getting clarity around the fact that they acted out of this rashness. And they're feeling really bad about this. So the High Priestess speaks about this intuition and this deep knowing, and even these hidden truths that your person is hanging on to. And with the Sun providing this clarity, they're also realizing with the Sun that there was contentment to be had, and that this connection was very important to them. So the Six of Cups can speak of, reminiscing in the past, old friendships, connections, can even speak of reconciliation. So what I'm picking up for the bulk of you guys is that this person is so remorseful and regretful of how things kind of went down or what it was that they said, that they want a reconciliation, and they're trying to find a way on how to have this conversation or how to move things forward. So with the Justice card here, this can speak of legal matters or court cases and that type of stuff. But when you're doing a relationship reading, what the Justice card usually means for me is a sense of equilibrium and justice being done within the connection. So if one person's wronged another, they can expect an apology. So this person is trying to find a way, and they're having the clarity that they do owe you an apology for how they've behaved. And they've been very defensive, within this connection, and just fighting off maybe fears or their feelings. And they really want to rush in and communicate these feelings that they're having now about what they've recognized, and their guilt and their regret and their sadness. And it's just so heavy. Like when you have, a card in reverse, and can speak of blockages, and they're recognizing, that they were blocked emotionally. But sometimes when a card comes reverse, it could be a very extreme case of that card. And we know the Five of Cups does speak of regret and remorse, and, low feelings and sadness. And the fact that it is reversed, this person is really, really not feeling the greatest right now, especially knowing that you were, really the sunshine in their life. You brought clarity, you brought them contentment and happiness. When you have the Three of Cups as well, can speak of reconciliation. The fact that it's blocked can mean that they are still trying to figure out how to reconcile with you and have the conversation that they want to move forward within the connection. Sometimes this can mean a third party. So if there is a third party, we may see it. I mean, Two of Wands can speak of options, and maybe, for some of you guys, this person is deciding on another party, but it could just be an energy party, not necessarily a person, because I don't see any other, multiple court cards, kings or queens. I'm really thinking that this person is choosing something else or someone else, or a lifestyle or a way of being over, I guess, moving forward within this connection. And because the High Priestess is coming out, it's like their intuition has been telling them this, and it's making them feel very bad. The Three of Cups in reverse can also speak of addictions and over partying, over drinking, someone overcoming addiction. So for some of you guys, this person might be trying to overcome an addiction, or they're choosing an addiction to something over this connection. And possibly there was a conversation about it, or this is information that hasn't come out yet, that they don't know how to communicate that they have this addiction. Now, addiction doesn't always necessarily have to be substances. I mean, it could be alcohol, drugs, etc., but can also be a way of being that's not a healthy pattern in this person's life. That's an addictive behavior that they are trying to overcome. Right? So we do know that the feelings of love are definitely there with the Six of Cups, right? If anything, this person does miss the friendship and wants to kind of put things back to the way they were before. The Two of Wands also can speak of, a long distance type relationship, but could just be a distance between, two emotional people, and they're on two different pages. The fact that, in the traditional Two of Wands, the person is hanging on to one wand still, meaning they're having a hard time letting go of either their addiction or their way of being or this other option while they're still entertaining or thinking about you. So there are these two options that they feel that they kind of are torn between or wanting to make this decision. So that's how they're feeling about you and this connection. So Spirit, can we take a look at how this or what this person's intentions are for pile number one's person? So what is pile number one's person's intentions with pile number one? What do they want? What are their true intentions? Thank you, Spirit. So we've got the Six of Pentacles. The Page of Swords. The Seven of Swords in the middle. And we've got the Two of Swords. We've got the King of Wands in reverse. And we've got the Chariot in reverse. We've got the Hierophant in reverse. The Queen of Cups in reverse. We've got the Nine of Swords in reverse as well. So a lot of blockages going on here for this person. And we've got Judgment at the end. Okay, that's a good card to see here at the end. So give me a second here to pick up the energies. So now we're talking about the person's intention. So we know we're starting off with the Six of Pentacles, which speaks of an investment being made, giving of oneself without, the expectation of a return. So I know that from looking at this, your person's intentions is to invest emotions and to communicate with the Page of Swords that they might have wronged you in the past, where they weren't as invested or, putting in as much effort or emotion into the connection as possibly you were. There was an imbalance that they're recognizing. But with the Seven of Swords, I really feel like this person is possibly not being completely open or deceitful about future, and their intentions are to communicate this, but we'll see with their actions. But with their intentions, they're not intending on actually investing anything. They're just very down and out and very much want you back in their life and very much want to say whatever it is, recognizing that they haven't put the effort, and that's either essentially what it is that you want to hear, or that they know that that's something that needs to be done in order to get you back, or get you back on good terms, or to make this, make them happy or whole again, to get their, their sunshine back in their life. With the Two of Swords, really is a decision that this person needs to make. Okay, the Two of Swords, unlike the, the Two of Wands, where the Two of Wands can really speak of more potential opportunities, with the Two of Swords, it really speaks of someone who has two options that contradict each other, that don't really coincide with one another, and they have to make a choice. And this person is either not choosing to make the decision and are kind of sitting idle. Now, it could mean that this person is about to make a choice, but they have not yet made a choice. So this coming out in their intentions is that this person understands that there's a choice that needs to be made. But what I see here with the King of Wands is that, this person isn't really wanting to go in fully, with their drive and their ability to stabilize this connection in a way that needs to happen. They're not yet decided that that's what they want to do. They're more just, having this communication. And when you see the Chariot in reverse, this can definitely speak of an imbalance as well, but just a blockage in speed. It could be very slow. It could be, that there was not enough balance within a connection, and that you may experience some delays within this person because they are still stuck in that way of being. The Hierophant can speak of religion, but, in marriage and institutions, teachings of that sort. But really within this spread, it's this person's way of life, the way they were brought up, maybe their social structure or the way they are used to living. They're kind of really stuck in this way of being that they're not wanting to let go of, right? When we see them hanging on to the wand with the Two of Wands, they're still hanging on to that. And it could very well be for some of you guys that addiction, that lifestyle, could be the third party, and they're just not really fully letting go of that, right? With the Two of Swords, and that option is that they know that they have to make a decision and they're kind of sitting on it, and really the Queen of Cups in reverse can just tell me that this person might be overly emotional when they come to talk to you, or be very dramatic about what it is that they're experiencing, right? But with the Seven of Swords, I still see that it's a deceitful type behavior because it's trying to get a winning at all costs for them, which is to have you back in this connection in the way that they want. Okay, the Nine of Swords is like the nightmare card, the anxiety. With the Nine of Swords, it just speaks of this, all this anxiety and all of this drama, if you want to call it, is really built up a lot around this person, more than in their mind, more so than in reality. So they may be communicating, and their intentions to communicate an extreme of, I've been so lonely, I just have all these anxieties, my life's been crap. However, they're going to communicate this to you just to kind of win with these emotional outbursts, I guess, within that conversation, to have you side, with them, and that they really feel as though this will win you over. But we do see with this Judgment card, the Judgment does speak of an awakening. It does speak of a conclusion of really, this person is realizing what type of person, I guess, they are as they are working their way through this connection. And that, their intentions, although starting off kind of, I would say, deceitful in a way, the outcome, which is wanting you and wanting to make things work with you, is the honest truth. And that their awakening to this connection is really, the honest truth, that they are awakening to this connection and how they truly feel about you and what they really want to manifest with you, is true. But maybe, the communication and how they're trying to get you to come back to them or just invest in them again, might not be completely the truth of their intentions. Okay, so let's pull the action cards for this person. Spirit, can we get the actions here of pile number one's person? What will they do? What actions will they take in this connection? Does it match their intentions? What are they going to do? So we've got the Ace of Cups. We've got the Six of Wands, off to a good start. Ooh, we got the Magician, that's awesome. We have the Emperor in reverse. We still got some stubbornness, I see. The Nine of Wands and the Devil. I've got the Star in reverse. And under the Magician, we've got the Eight of Swords in reverse. Five of Wands. And the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so this is essentially a mixed bag here, but we start off with them, you know, wanting this emotional new beginning. And because this is their actions, they're going to extend an offer to you saying they want to start over within this connection and emotionally start a new beginning with you. The Six of Wands is really, you know, speaks of the victory card. And it's very much a quick energy. So it's someone really coming in, full of excitement, wanting to start over, you know, they're envisioning starting over within this connection. They're very positive. They're manifesting this, and they know that this is what they want. However, there's still this, you know, this Emperor in reverse. I mean, the Emperor can be a very stubborn type energy, you know, for it to be in reverse, it's like almost to their detriment of still hanging on to certain ideas or ideals that they're not willing to let go of just yet. Okay. The Nine of Wands can speak of them being firm in their position. So how they may communicate to you, you know, would be, I want to start this connection over, and you know, this is how I feel, I want to be with you, but I was right about XYZ, or I still don't want to, you know, move in with you or commit to you, or I still stand firm in what the last thing that we argued about or that we talked about, right? So this person is still hanging on to that, but at the same time, they want you to know that they're willing to, you know, work with you in this connection. So positive is that, you know, despite how they're feeling, they still know that they want to be able to move the connection forward and work through potentially their stubbornness of being stuck in what they see. Now, because we do see the Devil here, the Star in reverse, and the Eight of Swords in reverse, this really tells me that this person is in a very unhealthy mindset. They're hanging on to a lot of unhealthy ways of being. The Devil really speaks of, you know, just an unhealthy attachment. Could be codependencies on, again, could be drugs, could be behaviors that they're used to that they're not wanting to let go of. You know, the Star would speak of hope. Fact that it's reversed, you know, hope and healing is kind of blocked because of this energy that they're just hanging on to the past. Of any sort of hope within this connection or healing is kind of stunted because they're just in this Devil energy. You know, the Eight of Swords could speak of that mental prison that people put themselves in, believing something to be true that may not necessarily be true, that they're either telling themselves or that others have told them, or, you know, beliefs that they have, self-limiting beliefs. You know, the fact that it's in reverse, though, does tell me, and that it's in the middle position within the Magician, that this person is wanting to let go of their Eight of Swords energy, and they want to. So, you know, it is an action. You know, we see the Major Arcana with the Magician. So Major Arcana is a very positive card. But when it comes to actual practical cards, we want to see these Pentacles, right? We want to see what's this person doing. And because we're ending in the Three of Pentacles, it does speak of someone who is wanting to put in the energy to collaborate, to work on themselves, knowing, you know, that this devil energy is there and that they have these self-limiting beliefs despite the challenge, because they know it's going to be a challenge for them and challenging within this connection, because the Five of Wands speaks of challenges. It is challenging for them to do this, but they, based on this and current energies, their actions will be to put in the effort into the connection. Now, the Three of Pentacles for me also can speak of an amateur being, you know, hired to do a job, but collaborating with others to figure things out. So I don't think this person knows exactly what it is that needs to be done. So my suggestion, just picking up from what I'm picking up from Spirit, is that in order for this person to heal and maybe progress, they're going to want some effort from you. You know, and of course, free will. You can either tell this person to pound sand or however you want to tell them, whether you invest or not, or whether it's, you know, you don't want to have this new emotional beginning, but this person isn't quite sure what it is they need to do. So the worst thing that can happen is a lack of communication and them not knowing which way to go, especially because they are challenged with what they should be working on, you know, towards making things happen. So this is what I'm seeing for actions. We will pull these Lenormand cards, and these are very straightforward cards, and we'll see if this Spirit, can you give us 3 cards to either reinforce the messaging we have here or shed some new information for pile number 1 regarding their connection or this person of pile number 1 that they're thinking of. Okay, so we got the lilies. We've got the whip. And we got the cross. Okay, so the lilies, you know, do speak of a very long-term slow growth. It is a positive card here with the lilies, so it can really speak of the connection and the growth and the potential and the investment made in this connection. And because it's an opening card, it is just reinforcing how beautiful this connection is and how much time you know, was invested by you and even your person, either mentally, physically, emotionally, that you know, this lilies card is really just reinforcing that. The whip is, on the other hand, is the most challenging card, and the fact that it's in the middle, you know, is that a lack of balance again, because you have this whip, and the whip is just really speaking of struggles and challenges and just a very heavy type energy, and this burdensome energy, and it can speak of those addictions, that devil energy. It's just a very, you know, heavy energy that your person is currently feeling. You know, I can really feel that energy. It is the 11 card, and 11 could very well be, you know, the twin flame card if you are believing in the twin flame label, but also can 1 + 1 is 2, which speaks of the choice to be made again to remain in this connection, to be with you, or this other third party option, whether it again be another person or this situation that your person is choosing. With the cross here, this just reinforces this, you know, this whip to show how heavy that this burden is for this person. It's almost physically paining them. So that's why I did really pick up that addictions part, because the physical part of health, you know, maybe their mental stability, it's just really physically tolling on this person and very painful physically for them. And they are going through that, not necessarily the pain of, you know, being in this connection, but just outside of your connection. They're going through some pain. They're going through some very intense, maybe even a dark night of the soul, addictions, behaviors, letting go of self-limiting beliefs. You know, this is very heavy stuff, okay? With the lilies, like we mentioned, because it is very positive, but it's more longevity, it can speak of even old age, you know, that type of thing. It's like this person really wants longevity within this connection, and the pain of knowing that the potential within this connection is something that it might elude them because they are dealing with this, you know, the whip and the cross, which is this heavy burden pain, you know. So they may not share with you the extent of this, you know, they might not share with you the main issue here at all, but they do want to communicate to you what it means to have you back into their life. So we will be pulling messages from your person, and this usually comes from their higher self. So this might be something that they're feeling right now. If they were to tell you anything at all, Spirit, what would pile number, and we'll pull these, pile number one's person tell them? So I wish we lived together. Okay, well, possibly they need some, you know, some more help within the struggle that they're having, that they can imagine a life living with you. I am slightly jealous of you. Okay, so for some of you guys, this person might see how you have your life all together, potentially, or they believe that you do, and that living with you would help them kind of maybe get their stuff together, but they are jealous of the fact that they're not quite as, you know, as stable at this point as you, and that makes them feel, you know, slightly jealous, and maybe is making some of them pull away within this connection. I am still learning how to love. Yes, so this person still, you know, is learning how to love themselves. With the Ace of Cups, it really speaks of that self-love that one needs to give to oneself in order to be able to then connect with another. And this person is still learning how to love themselves so that they're able to share love within this connection. I'm scared that you'll move on. So yes, this is the anxiety and the nightmares card we were seeing here. This person definitely does not want to, you know, heal, work on themselves, and have you move on while they're in the process of healing. So they're kind of feeling at a loss, and they're a little bit panicked. So again, if you're looking to collaborate with your person and work on this connection, you know, obviously wanting them to heal themselves would be most ideal, and having them know that, you know, you're going to support them however you can. I mean, you can't promise that you know, you'll be there forever, but certainly something that this person would need to ease their mind is that you're not going to just give up on them, you know. But up until now, they haven't really been honest or giving you insight as to what they're struggling with or what they're dealing with. So a lot of you guys have moved on, or have, you know, are thinking of moving on, or wondering whether there's even any more effort that you should be putting into this connection based on the results that you've been getting from this person who's been very closed off. Okay, so I don't want to move on. So clearly they're hung up on this. They don't want to move on. You know, they kind of want to have you in this connection. They're not quite sure what to do. They're scared you'll move on. And, you know, are they ready to give up their addictions? It seems like at this point that they're still hanging on to it. They may have to be forced in a position that will make them decide which way, you know, that they want to go. And it could mean walking away from this connection, you know, but they certainly don't want to move on, and they do want to have you in their life. So those are the messages from your person. We will get some advice cards here from Spirit. So Spirit, can we get some advice cards here for pile number one regarding this connection? Thank you. Balance and abundance. Those are beautiful cards. So balance says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So I think what Spirit is really trying to message through for this connection is because it's been very imbalanced within this connection, and you know, this connection really, the truth of the matter hasn't really been uncovered, that once this person shares with you some of the struggles or you know, some of the struggles that they're having, not having judgment within the connection will help to add harmony to this connection, right? Because they are very scared that they'll be judged. They're very scared that if they do tell you the truth of what, you know, they're experiencing, that you would judge them, and then, you know, this connection would essentially fall apart. But the balance that is required from your end would be for this person to also put in, you know, the proper amount of effort and emotion to balance out this connection. So really, balance is key here, and they're unable to do that because of this other energy party that's going on the side, right? And for those of you guys who have that person in that third party, they're in so emotionally invested in this unhealthy third party other connection or situation that they cannot balance out this connection, right? So that is Spirit's way of saying the balance really would come by releasing any judgments and just being open, which I think you have been open and honest. Your person, on the other hand, really needs to be open and honest in order for this connection to be at balance. You know, abundance here says, I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So Spirit's definitely saying, you know, you're really ready to manifest what you want and what you desire. And if it is not with this person, then you have so much abundance around you that you're able to manifest whatever you really desire. And same with this person. There is so much abundance around them that I think you guys are mirroring each other within this maybe potential mindset that, you know, you're limiting yourself to, you know, maybe this person or certain outcome or a certain reality that you want to make of this situation or this connection, rather than potentially seeing all the abundance of the potential of any other connection that may come into your awareness if you're so tunneled in on and focused on this person, right? And with them, they're so focused on, you know, their experience of this devil energy and what they're going through, that they're not really understanding how they can manifest the reality in their world, and they can overcome these addictions, and they can overcome a lot of this by at least having the communication, right? Because the communication hasn't even started. There's this blockage that's just been there and that is there that needs to be overcome. But there is abundance around both of you guys at this time. So that is the advice cards here. We also have the gratitude cards, which I believe provide very good advice. Spirit, can we get one gratitude card for pile number 1 regarding this situation? All right. Seek. Okay, so this has, you know, a child who is with a lantern, who's kind of exploring and going into really the unknown with, you know, in the moonlight, but this tiny little lantern. So it's almost like this person can only see, you know, what's in front of them. And this is Spirit's way of saying, you know, you might not see the outcome, you might not see where this is all going, but having that ability to see just right in front of you to be able to make the next decision is all you really need at this time. Certainly you don't want to lower your you know, maybe your standard of what you expect, or at least your bare minimum within a connection, but to maybe ask yourself, you know, if you're able to not know where the outcome is or not know where this is headed, but be able to still move forward slowly within the direction of, you know, trying to make this work, but little by little, without seeing where, you know, where this might be headed, might be the only way. You have the owl here, and the owl is all knowing. So it's, I see this as your intuition is knowing if you are okay with the step-by-step approach, seeing just what's in front of you, and your intuition will let you know when to pull out, and, you know, when maybe something doesn't feel right for you to then decide to break away from this connection. But I don't feel at this time, you know, this person, if anything, is probably a very good friend, you know, and that you guys have developed a very good friendship with the Six of Cups, that despite that, you know, what's going on, that helping this person in a time of need and being there step by step and not pushing maybe the outcome of where you want this connection to go romantically, but you know, supporting this person maybe as they figure things out would be beneficial. I'm hearing from Spirit for both of you guys when things are able to move forward, and that your intuition will tell you and direct you, which I think a lot of you guys are listening to your intuition, which is why you're probably here and haven't, you know, fully abandoned this connection. So yeah, that is what I am seeing for pile number 1. Now, if you are obviously in a loving relationship with your person, this was not your reading. This sounded to me like, again, no contact situation, but I am so blessed that I had the opportunity to do your reading today. I wish you guys the very best. I wish your person health, moving past addictions, and I do wish you the very, very best. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Hello, my beautiful people who picked pile number 2. I'm Prairie Vintage Jewelry, and you have picked the yellow bird. So this is your reading. We will be using the tarot to take a look at your person's feelings for you and or this connection. We'll also be taking a look at your person's intentions, and we'll be taking a look at their future actions within this connection. We'll be pulling some messages and some advice cards, as well as the Lenormand cards, to get a little bit more insight into this connection. I do want to thank those of you guys who have booked readings with me, personal readings. Thank you so much. I am so blessed. And for those of you guys who are interested, my email address is in the description box below. My rates will depend on the type of reading required, so just reach out to me and I'll let you know. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so if you do like your reading, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Now, I will be referencing your person, so if this does not sound like your person, then it could very well be your energy that you've picked in pile number 2, and that your energy might be what's picked up, and your person's energy might be in a different pile. So if that's the case, then please jump to another pile, or it could be you and your person are mirroring, and that both of you guys might be experiencing similar energies. But you will know based on your feeling about this reading. And like I said, it could very well be that there's multiple piles wanting to give you messages today. So if you are drawn to more than one, feel free to join us there. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords, and we've got the Queen of Pentacles. We've got Judgment in reverse. We've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. We've got the Seven of Cups upright. We've got Temperance in reverse. We've got the Hangman, Page of Cups, the Moon, and the Empress. Okay, I wanted to thank Spirit so much for the concise messages for pile number 2 today and pile number 2. I am so blessed that you are allowing me to tap into your energy of you and your person today. Thank you so much. So give me a minute to pick up the energies and I will reveal. Okay, so I am picking up a very strong confusion on your person's behalf within this connection. Okay, so it could very well be you, if again, this could be your energy, but someone is very confused about this connection. They are not really seeing the connection for what it is. With the Seven of Cups, it can speak of a lot of options being open and available to this person, but it can also be too many options and they're kind of confused what to do. The Moon speaks of, you know, fears and deep emotions, but also confusion, and things in the nighttime might look completely different than they would in the daytime, and clarity is potentially needed within a connection. You know, the fact that we've got the Judgment card here in reverse just tells me that Spirit is wanting this person to awaken and have an awakening, and is presenting them with the truth, and this person is not wanting to let go of the past, and they're not wanting to let go. Okay, they're hanging on to the past by potentially not really doing anything. Maybe, you know, maybe they're in a state of limbo. You know, this sounds to me like someone who is in a state of limbo because they're waiting or hanging on to a certain situation to potentially turn into something that they want it to be, that it's not. Okay, because we have the Temperance here, and we also have the Six of Pentacles, and both of these cards can speak of, you know, a balance, a equal give and take, an investment, but because they're both reversed, tells me that there's not an equal give and take within this connection, and that somebody is investing way more than the other person, and that this connection is not balanced at all, and there isn't a right flow of energy between the two of you guys within this connection. And I do feel like with this Page of Swords that has been either communicated, or someone's just recently having that realization. So it could be you or your person's that having this realization that the other person has been this Queen of Pentacles, and also this Page of Cups energy coming out, that this person is a solid, you know, stable, giving, loving type person that's been giving emotions, that's been communicating and wanting to emotionally move the connection forward and give, you know, give their emotions freely and offer this emotional offering. But this person is kind of stuck. Okay, I do like that this ended in the Empress card, because the Empress can speak of the, you know, the ultimate woman in full strength, full power, and their full glory. I just feel as though this person doesn't realize or see that they have this wonderful, amazing Empress type Queen of Pentacles personality, and they are still unsure or hanging on to the past, or hanging in limbo waiting for something. And if this is your person, this is how they're feeling. They want to communicate this to you. You could very well be feeling like you want to communicate to your person that there's an imbalance here in the connection, and that you've been nothing but giving and investing, and very solid and stable, and that you have this emotional offering to give them, you know, of abundance in your full self, because you felt like you've been in this state of limbo, you know, and that your person is kind of confused or just stuck in too many options, not really knowing which way they want to go, or, you know, what they want to do. So I can definitely see how there's a lot of confusion within this connection, for sure. And I am picking up the female of this connection. So, you know, if this is the divine female here, I am picking up a very strong divine female that knows what it is and has done everything in her power. And yet she's got this divine male, or this, you know, the person in the connection who is just not getting it, who's just kind of keeping at a distance, keeping the confusion going, not making any choices, not investing. Maybe they're in a state of limbo, or making you feel like you're in a state of limbo because they haven't really decided. And there will be, or has been already, communication. I'm guessing there has been communication already, because this is kind of in the past, that potentially this is the state, and it's still really fresh, that this communication just kind of happened. And you know, there's this stuck energy, like somebody's just not awakening to their calling, to the awakening of this connection. You know, they're just not awakening to the emotional offering that is being presented in front of them. There's fears within this connection to fully see what this connection is about. Fear of investing, maybe of being abandoned, or making the wrong choice, or they feel there's too many choices that need to be made proper, and they don't want to screw it up. Okay, so that's what I'm picking up from the first spread here. So Spirit, thank you so much for the concise message. Can we please get the intentions of pile number 2's person? What do they want? What are they doing here? What are they thinking? What is their intentions within this connection? So we've got the 2 of Swords. Oh, we got the 10 of Cups. And we got the 9 of Swords. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. We've got the 5 of Wands. Why is the 2 of Swords here, Spirit? We've got the Ace of Wands in reverse. Why is the 10 of Cups here? We've got the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Why is the 9 of Swords here, Spirit? This is not the 9 of Swords, guys. It's the 6 of Swords. We've got the 2 of Wands. Okay, which means that this is the 6 of Pentacles as well. Why do we got the 6 of Pentacles here, Spirit? So we've got 2 6s. We have the Ace of Pentacles upright. So we got 2 aces on the table here. And then we got the King of Wands in reverse. So sorry, guys. It's hard to tell if these are 6s or 9s, but looking at the picture, this is clearly the 6 of Swords. I think I've done that a million times with these cards. And this is clearly the 6 of Pentacles. It says 6 o'clock on the clock here. So those are 6s. We do see a lot of 6s, which 6s, you know, do speak of love, true love. So this could definitely be a divine connection, or, you know, you do feel like you are divinely connected, that this person is really meant to be in your life. But okay, so let's get to their intentions. So this person, to open up with the 2 of Swords, you know, in reverse, can very well be that they have a blockage in choosing and making a decision. So we did see that obviously with the 7 of Cups. So that is your person not making a decision that needs to be made and having a blockage there and choosing this 10 of Cups. So they know there's an emotional offering. They know there's that full 10 of Cups, which is this overabundance amount of love and energy, and is just, you know, the 10 of Cups is really the ultimate love card, and it speaks of family and really just a legacy of love, an overabundance of love, because you have the Empress here. They know that you're the Empress. You're the one that's able to give them this 10 of Cups. And, you know, with the 6 of Swords in the middle, it's really speaking about moving away from any emotional traumas and any emotional hardships and moving on to calmer waters where they're able to make better decisions, right? So their intention is, I want to move to make better decisions, to invest here with the 6 of Pentacles. They want to invest more in this connection freely, right? And with the 5 of Wands, speaking of the challenges, they recognize all the challenges that have come about from them not investing forward in this connection, not really putting in the effort, or really, you know, wanting to drive some of this to the next level. So their intention is, you know, they know they're stuck, but they want to make that decision. Okay, so we'll see in their actions whether they do, but they're stuck in that decision. They know you're the 10 of Cups person to bring them this emotional fulfillment, and they do have the desire to move away from difficult energies within the connection, and to invest, and to, you know, release themselves from this Five of Wands challenge that they're having within this connection. Okay, now I think their fear is that they don't have the energy within them to do so, because the Ace of Wands in reverse just is like the lack of desire to actually drive and move something forward is just not really there, because they're still stuck in this Five of Pentacles energy. Okay, and the Five of Pentacles is this down and out, feeling left out in the cold, you know, woe is me, and maybe not really looking at the reality of the situation, because in the traditional tarot you have the Five of Pentacles with the church window in it that shows these two, you know, people that are left out in the cold outside of the church, and the church door is even open, or they can go in there and find refuge, but they're just down and out. And with this being reversed, it's like this very strong feeling that this person feels so down and out that they're lacking motivation to even have the desire to make the decision, you know, even though their intention is to move away from challenge. You know, the Two of Wands also speaks of making this decision, you know. It's having the two options to choose from to actually do something, and just, you know, seeing and weighing in on which way they want to go within the future of this connection. You know, and because this Two of Wands in particular, you have the guy holding on to both guns tightly, means that they're really at an impasse here, because the traditional Two of Wands, you see the guy holding on to one wand, contemplating the other option and not wanting to let go of maybe something else. But in this case, this guy's hanging on to two. I say guy, could very well be girl, but this depiction is a skeleton hanging on to two guns. I feel this person does not want to let you go, and is not really ready to let go of any other option that they're hanging on to as well. So whether it be, you know, their inability to invest in the relationship at the moment, they're not ready to make that decision just yet, and they're hanging on to their state right now, even though their intention is to want to move towards calmer waters within the connection. Now, the positive news that we see here is this Ace of Pentacles, which really speaks of grounding the connection in a positive way, that they're able to extend an offering, you know, not just all talk and not just all want, but they want to come in with this offering. And despite their feeling of lack of, you know, drive, especially here with the King of Wands, they're feeling very much lackluster. They don't have the drive or desire. They still want to offer this Ace of Pentacles, which is, you know, finding a way to ground this connection with you. Okay, so that's their intentions. So we're going to take a look at their actions. And Spirit, can we please get clear and concise message here regarding pile number 2's person and their actions? What are they going to do in this connection? What's their future actions? What are they actually going to do? So we've got the Four of Wands. Beautiful. And we got the Ten of Swords. Okay. Not so beautiful. We've got the Emperor in reverse, right smack dab in the middle. Now comes that stubborn energy. And we've got the Five of Swords in reverse. Page of Pentacles. Why is the Four of Wands here? We've got the Star in reverse. Why is the Ten of Swords here? The Magician. Why is the Emperor in reverse here? We've got Justice in reverse. Why is the Five of Swords here? And And you've got the Two of Pentacles. And finally, with the Page of Pentacles, what do we have here? Clarifying this Page of Pentacles. We've got the Knight of Cups. Okay, so just give me a minute. Okay, this person, they are so stubborn. I can feel their energy. So with the Four of Wands, again, we're getting confirmation that this potentially is, you know, a divine counterpart. Because if you believe in twin flame, I mean, the Four of Wands speaks of that 1111 card, but also speaks of unity and, you know, unity within another. It could speak of marriage and celebration. But with this Ten of Swords, it's like this end, this end, but a painful ending, you know, is a very painful, somebody feeling like they're been backstabbed or hurt, and just they're feeling very, very backstabbed by the whole situation. So something might have happened where they feel like they got let down within this connection somehow within themselves, or that they will be let down within this connection. I think it's more fears, but they are feeling this heaviness, like it's already happened. Like if they were to connect and have this unity moment, that they would be abandoned and that they would experience this Ten of Swords, okay? And for those of you guys who know that this person's experienced a Ten of Swords in a past connection, maybe they are still hanging on to and feeling this Ten of Swords, you know, pain. Okay, it's real. It's like it's happening to them right now, even though maybe it hasn't happened, and their fear is just projecting this, you know, if they were to give in to this Four of Wands reunion energy and actually connect this unity with you. The Emperor reverse is a real stubborn card. You know, someone may be acting very immature or just being very stubborn, and you see their stubbornness coming through with this Five of Swords. You know, it's just a very challenging you know, situation. The Five of Swords is probably the worst, you know, one of the worst cards in the deck, because you have these words and these actions where you might be hurting someone. So they're just really challenged by this whole situation. Maybe, you know, they're scared that if they act in a certain way, that they will be let down. If they let their mind think in a certain way, that they're going to be let down. They feel like they just feel like this is very challenging for them, and that they're under attack, really, is how they're kind of feeling. But despite all this, with their actions, you see that they want to come in and make that offering. So it does reflect their intention, because you see this Ace of Pentacles, which is the emotional, or sorry, not emotional, the beginning of a practical, you know, solution that's going to help to ground this connection. And you see this Page of Pentacles moving forward, making an offering. So despite how they're feeling, knowing, you know, this Four of Wands is kind of what is in the back of it, you know, the unity with you and having this connection and this happiness, despite feeling it, they want to, and they will, based on these forward actions, come forward with this offering, okay? The Star does speak of hope and healing. In reverse, it's just this person is really blocked in their healing, and they want to be able to bring forward some healing within themselves. You know, the Magician really speaks of a manifestor, a great manifestor. And I think this person does want to manifest happiness, and their actions, you know, if I didn't see Pentacles here and I saw Magician, it wouldn't really, to me, it means manifesting certainly, you know, what it is that you want, but you do see the follow through with what they truly want with this Page of Pentacles, right? But I don't believe this person is ready to communicate with you, and I think they might go about it in such a way that might not be so up and up or clear, because they're not going to communicate. And with the Justice reverse, it's almost like You know, if they owe you an apology, they're not going to apologize. They're not going to explain themselves. It's kind of like this unjust behavior that they're just going to act in a certain way that's going to, you know, get what they want manifested, despite the balancing act that they have to do here, right? With the Two of Pentacles can speak of this balancing act that they have to do, you know, spread thin, trying to juggle everything, you know, maybe their fears, but still being in this connection, and you know, being challenged and confronted with the Five of Swords. They are feeling this heavy, I guess they're feeling very defensive and like attacked almost, right? But now, to end this reading, we have the Knight of Cups, which is also right below the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles offers that, you know, that tangible way to ground the connection, but the Knight of Cups comes in with an offering of love and emotion. And I do feel like this person is going to want to move forward based on their actions, extending an emotional offering to you and offer you a cup, right? And you know, in this card here, he's going through the archway, making the decision to go, you know, to get this Four of Wands, which is that ultimate, you know, happiness and unity within this connection. So there is a lot of mental clarity that needs to happen still with this person, but you are seeing their actions are you know, lined up. I am hearing from Spirit, though, that you don't want to push your person because these actions, although their intentions, you know, kind of match, and their actions maybe match what it is that you'd expect or want to see, they may resent having to do this because I don't feel they're ready. I don't feel that they're ready. And so the last thing you should do is push this person and let them kind of come on their own terms with how they want this to move forward. Of course, you have free will. You don't have to put up or hang around for anything you don't want. But if you do push this person, I just feel like this person is going to still make this, you know, emotional offering, but maybe hold resentment and be angry and unclear, and it just is not going to be very good. Okay. I don't like that this Justice card is in reverse, because I just feel like this person still doesn't feel, based on their actions, they still don't feel that this is necessarily the right thing to do or the just thing to do. They have to come to this conclusion on their own. So for some of you, I'm seeing, you know, they're kind of doing this maybe because they feel forced to or obligated to, or think that you want them to, or they might lose you if they don't. So if that's the case, which is just kind of coming in very strongly at the end, in fact, it's coming to me very clearly that this might be the case in a lot of situations, that you have been trying to make them see the light, so to speak, of this connection, and they feel this heavy obligation to do so, you know. And it doesn't mean that they never want to. It's just potentially at this point in their life they weren't necessarily ready to do that, even though in their intentions, you know, they do want to manifest this connection, but they're lacking the drive and the inspiration and desire from within to do this. It's more of an external thing that they feel they have to do, right? They feel like they're externally pushed. Maybe also what I'm seeing is wedding, right? So if some of you guys are pushing for a wedding, you know, and maybe not a wedding in a traditional speak, but someone to move in, something that's going to formalize this connection, and pushing your person, this is making them feel very much defensive and Ten of Swords, and they're stubborn in that energy. They may not be communicating how they're truly feeling, but yeah, I wouldn't push your person all too much on that. Okay, so now that we have that, we're gonna pull some Lenormand cards, which are going to give us a little bit of background in this connection. Now, these are a little more straightforward, so this might just echo what we just saw here, or provide new insights. So Spirit, can we get 3 cards here for pile number 2 and their connection? And we got the Snake. got the Clock Tower. And we got the Gentleman. This is kind of the energy I was picking up in this reading. I feel like your person thinks that the intentions of where this connection is going might be coming from a, you know how a snake isn't really completely fully honest, could be threatening. They just feel like the connection could be threatening them in a certain way of maybe moving in a certain direction that's too quick. The Clock Tower does speak of time. And they are concerned with maybe things moving way too fast, and they're not necessarily trusting of the situation or the connection. And I don't really take that they don't trust you per se, but it's more of their fears of potentially being abandoned, or that they, you know, will make this decision and then regret it later. So, you know, your person, which is represented here by the Gentleman, they're really more concerned with the time. You know, they need the time to decide what the right thing is to do without feeling pressured. They need the time to sort through their feelings. And I do feel like they want to, and that they will. I don't think that they're going to sit in limbo forever, but they feel really rushed. And maybe for you, those of you guys who say, well, this is going very slow and have experienced delays within this connection, it's still not slow enough for this person, because they need to move things a lot slower than it has been. And if things are moving very quickly, they feel like they're being deceived or cheated in some sort of way, you know, robbed of potentially their ability to make the right decision and not feel duped in such a way, right? And, you know, I don't say that you guys are duping anyone or that you're deceitful in any which way, but they feel as though maybe being forced within the connection or moving the connection forward would, at this time, they wouldn't see the truth of the situation, and they're scared of being abandoned or duped or lied to, or you know, this 10 of Swords. This is they're already feeling this energy, and it's almost like this self-fulfilling prophecy. If they're already feeling this 10 of Swords, I mean, unless you guys broke up or this is over, they're feeling it already, like we're already broke up. So, you know, why is your person feeling like that? It's very much related to time. And maybe for those of you guys who had time apart, you know, that things ended and had time apart, I don't see that your person, you know, is fully healed from this situation, and they need more time in order to come forward with an emotional offering, but that their intentions are, it's just they are, you know, not quite there yet when it comes to timing. Okay, so now we're going to pull messages from your person. And with these cards, it's usually messages from their higher self. So, you know, something that they would say to you if they were to say anything at all. So, Spirit, can we get some clear and concise messages from pile number 2's person? If they were to say anything to pile number 2, what do they want to tell them about how they're feeling, about them, or this connection? So we've got, what will your family say? Okay, so that's some of you guys maybe talking about marriage, you know, and I do feel like if pushed and your person has to call off a wedding, or that a wedding got called off, because here you have a wedding, here you have the 10 of Swords, so the end of a wedding, the end of a marriage, the end of something. This person's concerned that what will your family say, you know, about now maybe re-entering into your life again. If there was a wedding or past history with this person and then they're coming in, they're concerned. They don't want to rush things. Okay, make love to me. So clearly your person is still very passionately wanting to be with you. And I did see that, you know, even though they're lacking maybe the desire in moving things forward and that drive, there is a deep love here for sure, you know, reflected by the cups and, you know, them wanting to come forward with this emotional offering. Please be patient with me. Okay, again, reinforcing this time. They really, you know, this time that they need to sort things out. is important to them. They need to move at their own pace in order to make sure that they're feeling that they're making the right decision and having your patience. I just want to cuddle. So there's that love again. I wish I could give you the world. Okay, your person clearly loves you a lot despite circumstances here. Let's pull one more card here. Healing hands. So this person wants to feel your touch. They want to just be around you. They feel very healed by, you know, being in your presence, holding hands. I just feel like this person really wants to be with you, but they're just really stuck on this, you know, this, I mean, for some of you, what will your family say? So it could very well be a history here, right? They just need time. That's all this person's really going to be needing here. Okay, so now let's pull the advice cards here. Spirit, can we get advice for pile number 2? Please and thank you. We've got health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. And one more. We've got imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Okay, so Spirit is really telling me right now that for a lot of you guys, including your person, maybe you guys have been so focused on this connection that the health is being neglected, or maybe some of you guys aren't really taking care of your physical self, and or your mental thoughts are kind of now taking impact on your health. So you really are having this desire to potentially, you know, eat healthier, maybe get more active, but Spirit really wants you to just pay attention to your physical self, you know, eating well, sleeping well, just mental health, because it can start making a toll on decisions. You know, if you're so wrapped up mentally, it can really impact, you know, how you go about, you know, decisions on what to eat, when to sleep, and that sort of thing. With imagination, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. I think this one really speaks about also thinking outside the box, right? So if you do have an idea of where you want maybe even the connection going, you know, and your person might come in with a different perspective, just having the open mind to be creative enough to come up with a solution that, you know, works for both of you guys. If it is a time thing, you know, maybe discussing with your person what that looks like and listening to what they have to say, so that they can present their idea and you guys can be creative as to what's going to support them and also, you know, help support maybe what you're expecting. But we have this mind coming up again. So really the health of the mind, being so boxed in or having blinders on, focused in one area, doesn't allow the creativity. So needing to relax and be healthy, solutions will come, new ideas will come, thinking outside the box will come, but just needing to release some of that energy that's very, you know, I felt is very intense and very deep, and it could create a blockage with new ideas and creative, you know, ideas trying to come in. So that's Spirit's way to say maybe, you know, try to relax. I know it's easier said than done, but some meditation, maybe, you know, every third night going to watch a movie or listen to music, something that's going to get your mind off the situation for a bit. Will certainly help your person too if you guys are hanging out without talking about, you know, where this connection's headed or what's going to happen in this situation, just kind of forgetting and putting it aside. Okay, so we have relationship. And these are the gratitude cards, and I love these cards because there's always so much beautiful, you know, depiction of just a whole bunch of things usually going on in these cards. But relationship doesn't necessarily always have to be, you know, of the romantic kind. I just feel here with this relationship card that there's so much potential with this person in your life, be it romantic or just even if you go down this path with this person in a way that allows them to be in your life, they will always be presenting you with their full self. And I think that's just really beautiful, because this depiction here, if you can see, these two guys are kind of looking, they're, you know, they're sharing an experience together that they both take away in their own lives, and they're both seeing, you know, what it is that they're experiencing and what they see, but they're enjoying the moment together, you know. And I just feel like with the relationship, it's like, if, let's say, this connection doesn't totally blossom within this full romantic love connection, that there will always be a relationship between the two of you guys that you guys can look back on and say, we've experienced and shared this moment of magic, you know, and all this excitement and all of this experience, because there's a lot going on here. You know, you've got dragons and swords fighting and celebrations and castles and fireworks and people dancing. And so it's like you guys will go through the ups and downs together, you know, and that we still have the sun kind of, you know, behind these people, that the sun, the clarity, the contentment is following them around, that despite which way they go, they'll always have this this happiness, knowing that they got to share this moment together, this relationship, this connection together. Okay, despite what they're seeing, because you got one guy looking here, the other guy's looking down there, so you guys might not be on the same page, but you guys are experiencing the connection in the only way that you guys are able to experience it. So I think that's really beautiful. Okay, well, pile number 2, that was your reading. I am so blessed that I was able to tap into your energy and that you're able to join me today. Hopefully this resonated and provided a bit of insight. If you feel inclined to watch pile number 1 or pile number 3, please do so. And if there were no messages here for you today, maybe check out one of my other videos. If you want, please subscribe or like this video if you did like it. And thank you so much. Love and light. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you. Hello, beautiful people of pile number 3. If you picked the purple bird, then this will be your reading. I am so blessed that you are able to join me today. We will be using the tarot to take a look at how your person feels about you and this connection. We'll take a look at their intentions and then their future actions. We'll also pull some messages from your person and some advice cards, and then we have the Lenormand cards, which will provide a little bit more insight and depth into your connection. So if you hear me say your person and it sounds like your energy, it could very well mean that you found your pile, your energy, and that your person's energy is potentially in another pile that you might want to check out. Or you and your person might be mirroring, so they might be experiencing the same energies as you, because again, this is coming from your person's perspective. So Spirit, we will ask for clear and concise messages for pile number 3 today. Thank you so much. We are so grateful. And pile number 3, I am so blessed that you allow us to tap into your energy and allow me to read for you today. Thank you so much. Also to those of you guys who have booked personal readings with me, I am so grateful. If you are interested in a personal reading, my email is in the description below. Send me an email and I will respond with my rates depending on the type of reading that I suggest you do for your situation. Ooh, okay, we've got 2 going. So we have the 7 of Wands. We have the King of Wands in reverse. We have the 4 of Swords. We have the Star in a reverse, and I believe both pile number 1 and 2 had the Star in reverse as well. And then we have the 9 of Cups in reverse. We have the Page of Cups in reverse. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse. I have the Nine of Swords in reverse. There's some blockages going on here. We got the Tower. And Spirit, for the Nine of Cups in reverse, can we get a clarifier, please? We've got the Six of Cups. Okay. So just give me a minute to pick up the energies here with your person's feelings about you and this connection. I feel like you guys have been through a big moment that's changed this connection, and that you guys are in a recovery type stage, either no communication or you guys got into an argument of sorts. Something has happened within this connection, and now there's this period of pause where there's a lot of reflection and a need for healing. Okay, so your person, I feel, is still needing to heal from something in this connection where they feel as though maybe something was said to them that has caused them a lot of stress. And I feel as though it's made them withdraw from wanting to emotionally express themselves, or at least let out their emotions, because they feel like there's just a lot of anxiety around it, and they still need to heal from that situation that happened. So usually the Tower moment could be, you know, the rug being pulled from under you, a realization within, you know, a situation where things come crashing down or tumbling down. The good thing about the Tower is after the crumbling of the Tower comes the new start. So right now, though, I feel it's still very early in the healing to say there is a new start in any which way. But we do see the Six of Cups, which speaks of nostalgia, friendship, you know, potentially even wanting, you know, to reunite and to smooth things over, because they are missing you in a big way, you know, and that they're not happy right now. They're not happy right now because they miss you and they want to have things the way they were before. So for those of you guys who are in communication, your person, you might have felt pull away, or maybe they said something very hurtful and abruptful and then they pulled away. But they are feeling very anxious. They are feeling, you know, a lot of love. The Six of Cups can also speak of your divine counterpart. So again, I think this came up almost for every reading. If you believe in the twin flame label, this could very well be your divine masculine or divine female partner that you're inquiring about. But this person does feel deeply connected to you in a way, and that they're not happy, you know, but they're kind of in a state of, I think, needing to heal, but not necessarily healing yet. I just feel like they're kind of pausing after this Tower moment, or this, you know, period that they probably weren't expecting, and they're maybe even in shock still, you know, and that they feel like they were defensive, and that they felt like they, with the Seven of Wands, like just everything kind of coming at them from every angle, and that they couldn't take it, and they just withdrew their emotional self. I just feel like this person just shuts down emotionally, and maybe they say things that they don't mean, and they have these, you know, anxieties, because with the Nine of Swords, it speaks of the anxiety, sleepless nights, and that the anxiety is bigger than what they're probably imagining, because, or that they're imagining a bigger anxiety than the actual fact, because it's in reverse. It usually means it's not as big a deal, but to them there's this big deal that they need to heal from. You know, the Star is this card of hope and healing, and just the fact that it's reversed, this person needs to heal, you know, and they might be focused on what was said, you know, the cutting words, and the fact that emotionally they're withdrawing from the situation. You know, and for some of you guys, maybe you guys are in a state of needing to heal and have pulled emotionally away because something that your person said or did has made you pull away, and that you felt you were really fighting for this connection, you know, but now you're kind of just realizing that, you know, you do miss your person and you're not happy in pulling away, but that this situation was just so big of how they acted and what they said. You know, with this King of Wands energy in reverse, it could just really be this person who is in and out and very, you know, extreme, and maybe you felt you needed to defend the connection, and now you're just tired, you need healing. Something had happened in this connection, they did something. This could be a cutting card, you know, but in reverse it's just these forceful words, you know, lack of clarity as well. If this person wasn't being open with their emotions or giving an emotional offering, you're possibly wondering, well, what the heck's going on with this person? Having anxiety about it, and there's no clarity. And then the Tower moment, maybe realizing that that is the moment where there is clarity that's needed, but I still feel like one person here is just kind of maybe in shock or not necessarily doing anything to heal at this time because it's still very early. But the Nine of Cups is that, you know, that card of being self-fulfilled, self-gratification, but in reverse it's like, I'm not getting my wish. You know, this is not getting one's wish. So maybe some of you guys have just realized right now that, well, I wished for this connection and this reunion with my counterpart, and I'm just accepting the fact that I need to heal. I'm not going to get this person in my life, you know, and you're taking a pause and a break because it's been very stressful, and it's put you in this state of needing to just pause, pull the plug, and take it easy for a bit so you can eventually focus on healing. Okay, and Tower moments don't have to necessarily be like, you know, caught someone cheating or this person's left me. I mean, the Tower moment could just be a very pivotal experience that one experiences within a connection, right? Maybe someone said something that provided clarity that's like, oh, wait a minute, you know, is this even really my person? They said something or did something in the connection that maybe remove some illusions about that person that maybe you were carrying around, that you believe this person to be something different than what they were. Maybe mentally in your mind they were, you know, safe in a certain way, but something was said or done that made you see the reality of that person, which wasn't what you had expected or what you wanted, you know, or vice versa, where your person might have realized that based on a situation that happened or something said in the connection, they themselves don't wish for, or they wish to be in the connection, but they are realizing that they're not getting their wish, that what they want is not what they're getting. And I really feel like the Six of Cups is, you know, being together, enjoying each other, having this reunion. Okay, so this is the feelings of that your person's having in this connection. So we got two cards here, and we're doing intentions now. We got the Seven of Pentacles, and we got the Queen of Wands. We've got the Nine of Pentacles for intentions. And we've got the Ten of Cups. Well, that's beautiful. We got the Lovers in reverse. And under the Seven of Pentacles, we got the Four of Cups. Where's the Queen of Wands here, Spirit? We've got Temperance in reverse. And why is the Nine of Pentacles here? Ooh, okay, we'll take it. We got the Hangman, and that is in reverse. Okay, and why is the Ten of Cups here, Spirit? And we got the Four of Wands. And why is the Lover's card here in reverse, Spirit? Thank you very much. We got the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so give me a minute just to see intentions here. I do see a lot of mirroring from you and your person. It was very difficult for me to pick up whose energy was what. And maybe because it's the collective that I'm feeling a very mixed bag of maybe half and half of that first feeling was your feelings and the other half was your person's feelings. Or the other half of the collective was the other person's feelings. So we'll see with intentions here what we get. I find intentions are usually a little more clear with energies. Okay, so I am picking up for the intentions of your person is that they want to put in the effort despite, you know, knowing right now where this connection is headed, because they still haven't made a full-on choice to choose this connection. But I do see, you know, in this Queen of Wands, you have, you know, the guy here kind of at her feet. She's looking at him and he's holding out his hand with the 7 of Pentacles. Again, speaks of, you know, the harvest, putting in the effort. I just feel like he's wanting to present and put an effort in the Queen of Wands, which represents you here in this connection. You know, and those are fire signs. So if you're a fire sign, like a Sag, Leo, Aries, then this could potentially be, you know, your card here. But I could see your person being torn with the Lover's card in reverse. It's like a blockage in a connection and not necessarily choosing the connection, and potentially speaks of lost love. Okay, because you have the 9 of Pentacles, which is this independent person who's able to make it alone, and then you have the 10 of Cups. It's like this person is either hung up in going it alone and being single and independent and non-committed and free, or choosing this 10 of Cups, which is this, you know, family, love, abundance, great joy and potential, you know. But 9 of Pentacles is also love and someone within their full potential, but it's really the doing it alone card, being alone and being the most they can be. It's like this person is kind of struggling if they decide to move forward in the connection, you know, that maybe their independent self will be lost, and that their intention, you know, here is taking a look at that. And at this point in time, I don't think their intentions is to move forward in this connection, that they are choosing their independence over having this 10 of Cups with you, because the Lovers in reverse speaks of a loss of love even, you know. And because we have the 9 of Pentacles in the middle, it's really their solid core energy here, which is this 9 of Pentacles, independence, solitary person who's kind of doing it alone and is able to, you know, be independent and successful, you know. Even though they want to put forward this energy. So I could see how this person is probably going to move forward with actions and put in effort, but in their intentions, back of their mind, they're wanting to choose themselves. So they're kind of acting to keep you, but deep down, I feel like they are leaning towards being independent and not choosing the connection over their self-independence, but keep maintaining the energy and effort in this connection to keep you around. Okay, with the 4 of Cups, it's the boredom card. You know, the guy here is actually looking at the cup being offered. So I feel like for a lot of you guys extended this offering of love, this, you know, this opportunity for your person to move in the connection, and they're hesitant. They're not quite sure which way to move. But the good news is that their intention is to actually move out of this unbalanced energy where, you know, you're extending this offer, maybe you're showing more emotions, you're kind of moving things along in the connection and they've been hesitant and they haven't been, you know, as evenly balanced, that they intend on realizing or making this decision that they want to be free. And that for a lot of you guys means independent and non-committed. The Hangman in reverse is really, you know, someone who lacks commitment and not wanting to be committed as well. So it's just solidifying this card right here. And the fact that, you know, we went from not really making a decision to eventually having to come out of that indecision to make a decision, you know, and followed by the Four of Wands in reverse, which is the wedding's called off, the celebration's called off, the connection's called off, you know, the reunion's called off. Four of Wands is that card can speak of your divine partner, the 1111 card, right? Like your twin flame. So for a lot of you guys, this is your divine counterpart. They feel they're wanting to call off in their intentions this connection. When it comes down to it, their true intentions, you know, with the Eight of Pentacles as well. Normally speaking of putting in all that extra energy and detail into work and working things out, you know, putting in the effort. In reverse, there's just the blockage there into really moving forward in the connection to get this to where it would need to be, you know, a unity between two people. So we're going to see their actions, because again, energy is fluid and we are reading for the collective, but for the intentions here, that is what's coming out right now. So Spirit, can we see the actions for pile number 3's person? What are their actions? What will they do? We got the King of Swords. We got the Two of Pentacles. And we got the Knight of Wands in the middle. And you got the Page of Wands in reverse. I got the High Priestess in reverse. So why is the King of Swords here, Spirit? Thank you. You got the Queen of Swords. Why is the Two of Pentacles here? You've got Justice in reverse. Why is the Knight of Wands here? You got the Hermit. And why is the Page of Wands here in reverse? We've got the Three of Wands in reverse, okay? And then the High Priestess in reverse. Clarity on that, please, Spirit. The Hierophant. Okay, guys, you know what? I am seeing so many obvious signs of two polar opposite ways of thinking and being and acting. So I can see how this connection is really stuck. Okay, with the Two of Pentacles, I mean, that's really balancing act, right? And I think this person is really balancing with what they want, how they feel, and what they're going to do. Okay, because this is just contradictory all over the place. Now, what we see here is the King and the Queen of Swords, which, again, confirming, you know, when you have two King, Queen of the same suit, it confirms that divine counter partnership of the divine masculine, divine female. I mean, it doesn't have to be no male-female connection, but certainly someone's picking up on the male energy. There is the female energy, so this is a very powerful, deep connection. This person wants to come in very, you know, abruptly and kind of sweep you off your feet. They're very much passionate. They're very much full of desire. There's a lot of desire for you. There's a lot of feelings for you. But at the same time, they shut down and they go into this hermit mode. So for a lot of you guys, you might feel they'll push forward, and then all of a sudden you won't hear from them forever because they're in this hermit mode. You know, that they need time to think and time to reflect. And, you know, for a lot of you guys, this person owes you an apology, because with the Justice being in reverse here, someone has wronged someone, or at least treated them in a way that's made them feel, you know, up and down, in and out, hot and cold, that there is some real justice to be brought to this connection that really isn't. And I feel like it's your person that's a little bit all over the place. Even with this, you know, Page of Wands, they're like, hey, well, they're blocked in communicating with you and telling you exactly what they want and how they feel, but yet they want to come in and show you. But they're having a hard time, you know, being honest with themselves and communicating what it is that they want. You know, Three of Pentacles can speak of looking into the future of this connection, and seeing potential, but this person is not really fully awakened to the potential within this. They're denying any sort of communication from their higher self, from their intuition. High Priestess is intuition, you know, hidden truths, hidden knowledge. But the fact that it's reversed, it's like this person is not listening to their intuition. They're not following their what their own self is trying to tell them what to do. You know, and the fact that this is their action cards, I'm just seeing, you know, them coming in and out, really. And this is like a cycle that's kind of repeating here. They're in and out, hot and cold energy, you know. The Hierophant can speak of religion, institutions, higher learnings, but it can also speak of a way of life, you know, really maybe regimented way of being and living one's life, and just ignoring this High Priestess. Again, these are like someone kind of doing one thing and feeling a different way, you know, living their life in one way, but having their hidden truths in a different way, feeling hot and cold. Like, it's just, this person is really all over the place when it comes to their emotions. So I feel like there's definitely, this connection is not over for any of you guys who might be in no contact. And for those of you guys who are still intertwined with this person, I could see it becoming very tiresome because they are very much all over the place. I do feel like they, you know, should be communicating with you, but with this reverse Page of Wands, they're just not sure how. But the King of Swords has the clarity and the know-how to communicate. And they are this King of Swords personality coming through. So I feel like they have the clarity, they have the mental wherewithal. They do feel like you are the Queen of Swords. You know, the Queen of Swords can speak of someone, though, who is not so wrapped up in emotions and maybe a little too cut and dry. Not saying you are like that, but maybe this is the type of energy that they're kind of picking up, that they're not necessarily picking up, you know, a deep emotional offering right now from you, that they're maybe hot and cold because they're not sure if you feel the same way they feel, you know, and if you're as interested as they are, and they'd rather just ignore this intuition of themselves, but they do want to rush towards you with this passion, this drive, you know. And maybe for some of you guys who are this Queen of Swords and not interested in this person, and maybe at the moment pursuing things in an emotional way, and have communicated this to your person or have come to this realization, your person just feels hurt by it and probably wants you to come forward with an apology. If you feel like you owe them an apology, then maybe do so. But I don't feel like, for a lot of you guys, that there's anything here to apologize about. I feel like for some of you guys, you had to turn into this Queen of Swords. Is like, listen, you know, if we're not emotionally getting involved here, I gotta, you know, have my wherewithal to be clear of mind, to make decisions, to choose myself. And this person is still in this hot and cold, in and out energy. And they really, you know, when they're in this Hermit energy, it's like they're ignoring their intuition. They're just pulling away to get some insight, but at the same time, they're not listening to their intuition. I think they're more focused on you apologizing, or you what you're going to do, or what you have to offer, what you're going to do to balance this connection. See how the Hermit's kind of facing the Justice card in reverse. It's like they feel something's unfair here. You know, and for some of you guys, they might realize that they're the ones who've been treating you unfair. And just like the colors here matching, the little skull and the lantern matching, you know, the scales here, and them holding it, it's like they know that maybe they had control or have control in the situation, that they know they should be the ones to apologize, or the ones that have the control to bring balance. And they know this, but that would be the piece of intuition that they're ignoring. They're not bringing that forward. They want to bring passion and, you know, maybe spend time with you, but not really. I don't see them really, you know, pouring emotions here. I don't really see a whole lot of emotions. In fact, the King of Swords sometimes even lacks that feeling and emotion that is required within a connection. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for actions for this connection. We will actually pull, before I pull the messages, these Lenormand cards, and this will be 3 cards. They're a little more direct, and this will either solidify the messages we got here today, or provide a little bit more insight. We'll see what Spirit has to show us. So Spirit, can we get 3 cards here for pile number 3 and this connection with their person? Okay, so we do have the Whip, we have the Sun, and one more card, Spirit. Clouds. Again, with this person and the, you know, the 2 opposites, I mean, you can't get more than the Sun and the clouds, right? Like, this is what I've seen throughout this whole connection. But the Whip is the most challenging card in this deck, whereas the Whip is this pain, right? Like, the Whip came out in, I believe it was pile number 1, and the pain is so real and raw, you know, within this connection. And I feel that both of you guys are kind of coming to the clarity that that is what situation you guys are in when it comes to this connection, whether he's the one or she's the one coming in and out hot and cold. Both of you guys are feeling this pain, right? Because it's painful to be the one not knowing, and to be kind of maybe stringing one along, and the person being strung along, quote unquote, or being the one left out in the cold, is also feeling this Whip, you know. But the positive thing is that the clarity provides this sunshine and this light that provides contentment and realization and clarity of a situation. So coming out of that pain, you know, and solidifying in the middle is this Sun card, which is so powerful, you know, and so beautiful, that despite clouds, the sun always breaks through, you know, and that there will be more cloudy periods within this connection, more uncertainty, more just, you know, unclarity, confusion, but that the sun here with the clouds, I just feel the sun overrides the clouds and adds the clarity that eventually needs to come within this connection, be it slowly, but eventually it will. 11 is, you know, again, divine number, 1111. It can speak of that divine union. Also 1 + 1 is 2. So there definitely could be, you know, your person having to make a decision here, or you having to make a decision whether you want to invest in this, right? 2 being options. Do I invest in this connection? Do I just turn around? You know, and that's a painful realization to have. And I think for a lot of you guys, that might be what some of you guys are experiencing. The 6 speaks of love as well. The Lover's card is 6. And do we have the Lovers come out? Yeah, so 6 is this love, you know, true love, which I feel is the potential within this connection, despite the clouds, you know. So that just gave us further confirmation of what we were seeing in the reading, but we will pull messages from your person. Spirit, if pile number 3's person was to say anything at all to pile number 3, what would it be? Thank you so much for clear, concise messages. And these messages are generally coming from your person's higher self. So we will see what they have to say to you. Two want to come out there, sure. And one more here. Okay, so we have, I need to be honest with you. Yes, so they need to be honest with themselves, essentially. They're just pulling in and out. They're ignoring their, you know, their intuition with the High Priestess in reverse. So honesty, communication is definitely something they need to do. I'm scared of getting hurt. Yes, we did see that for sure. You know, this person is guarded, and they're not allowing themselves to fully experience this connection. I'm thinking this is very connected to the energy I was feeling also in pile number 1. You guys might want to check that out. But yeah, I'm just feeling like this person is not fully letting down their guard within this connection. Please be patient with me. So, you know, of course, that's an option that you guys may or may not want to do. Free will, if you want to be patient with your person as they sort through. Looks like eventually, you know, the sun will come through the clouds. What will your family say? Interesting, because this did come up, I think, for pile number 2. But there is, with the Hierophant, right, some concerns around maybe, you know, differences in culture, or coming from 2 different backgrounds, or non-standard, you know, type of connection that family might have issue with, right? Like religion, culture, a way of life, maybe, you know, that's not standard, that might cause the family to have concerns. This might be something that's holding your person back, or their family, you know, concerns within their family as well. And they're concerned how that their family might take you. I will stop at nothing to be with you. I did see that very much so with this Knight of Wands. So your Knight of Wands really wants to be with you. But being with you is kind of just the start, right? We need to see some actions that will ground this connection. And right now, that's all that they really know, is they want to be with you, you know, their passion, their drive to be with you. But it really needs more than just coming in and out. So my family is possessive. Okay, so very much family coming out twice. It could very well, like I said, reflect this person's instance of what will their family say, you know, and that they're mirroring that onto you, saying, well, what would your family say? And, you know, potentially their family has this upbringing or this ideal partner and is possessive of your person, you know, especially if they still live with their family. I'm picking up for some of you guys, it may be, you know, something that is holding them back of moving forward. And their intuition, you know, is telling them one thing, but they're in hermit mode, ignoring it, which could very well be, you know, family isn't really supposed to be the driver of their happiness, that they're going to have to choose happiness, which it looks to me like it would be you, you know. So let's see some advice cards here for you. We got worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. And then we got self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. These are really beautiful cards. I mean, when we think about all the worry we put out there, it's almost useless, because worrying doesn't change an outcome. So that's, you know, with the purple, intuition as well. It's like your intuition already knows. Like, you already know where this connection's going and where it's headed. That worrying about it is just putting out negative energy, and that spirit's just saying, you know what, listen to your intuition. Eventually your person's going to have to face their intuition and the hidden truths and knowledge of what this connection is, you know. So letting go of worry. This self-esteem card is really, I think, for both of you guys in this connection. You know, it's very easy to lose one's self and self-esteem when another is concerned, but that we possess the gifts from inside ourselves and from our soul that will allow us to build on our self-esteem and help to benefit others in the connection. So the more you're able to build your self-esteem, the more your person's able to focus on themselves and reflect your own behaviors and actions within your own life and mirror you on their end to acknowledge their intuition, you know, and to build on their self-esteem and not ignore some of the messages that they're getting from spirit regarding this connection. But I do feel like self-esteem for both of you guys, especially after being in this connection, maybe it started one way, and now for both of you guys having experienced this, the self-esteem might not be where it needs to be within this connection for either of you guys, just from all the history and everything that's gone on. So we will pull a final card here, which is the gratitude card, which will give us a little bit of advice here from spirit. Thank you so much. We have intention. Okay, so again, with this purple, intuition, not to worry, the intention. So if you're not worried, your intentions are well, you're really, you know, focused on what it is that your intentions are, I feel like you can manifest this within this connection. You know, the stars speak of hope. She's looking at the stars. It's like this hope, this healing that needs to take place, despite what your vision is for this connection. Just having that intention to move things forward will really help. You know, I just really feel like this magical card is giving such hope that even if something doesn't seem like it can happen in this lifetime within this connection, that, you know, you have a unicorn here, that it is possible. You know, it is possible to move this forward. And there's stuff happening all down here, but she's just focused on the intention, looking at what it is that she wants to manifest. I say she because there's female here, but you know what this person wants to manifest, and having that intention and just knowing that it will happen here below, despite, you know, how much energy or focus that this person is actually looking at, you know, the actions. They're really just more focused on the intention, the outcome, their intuition, their healing, you know, knowing that their intentions mean well for them and their person within this connection. So that is what I have for you, pile number 3. I am so grateful and blessed that you allowed me to tap into your energy today. I'm so grateful to Spirit for giving us concise messages. If you like this video, please give me